Hi, I'm Lisa Ryan, and I'm glad you're here. If you are a parent and have adult kids who are always polite, respectful, and considerate, you should probably find another video or write your own. However, if you have kids that are sometimes making you wonder who raised them, listen up. In a minute, I'll tell you the fun, unspoken rules of being a parent of adults. If you don't know them, poor you. Then I'll help you figure out what to do when your children hurt you, surprise you in negative ways, or are inconsiderate. Parents, you will appreciate the rules. If you're a young adult, hang in there to get a parental perspective that isn't from your parents. I know that most of you do love your parents, but love carries with it responsibility. Saying, I love you, or sending a heart emoji is only really meaningful when actions are there that support it. I'm not sure why growing up makes some of us want to be fiercely independent, but at my age, I can see that as a mistake. Our parents have years of experience that we don't. Let's say the average parent is 20, 30 years older than you. Babies these days will have even older parents. Here's the rhetorical question. Did you learn anything valuable in the last 20 or 30 years of your life? Of course, so much. With years usually comes wisdom. Wisdom is the same thing wise authors, teachers, and religious writings offer. We don't discount those things, so maybe we should be willing to hear our parents' thoughts. If they don't say something valuable, then we can move on. But listening is what wise, teachable people do. Giving parents a chance to speak is respectful and loving. Besides, they might surprise you with something insightful. If you already seek their wisdom and embrace it, you are the kid of every parent's dreams. Good for you and good for them. If you're lucky enough to have living, caring, and available parents, remember that they carry great love for you in their hearts. They know your characteristics and want to see you do well. They care immensely for the grandchildren too, and would do so much for you. But it's a two-way street. I know some parents who are hurt, dismayed, or completely distraught by their kids' behaviors. But they put up with it because they fear losing relationship. Kids and parents can do better than this. One thing I've learned and seen is that though our children are precious to us, the cost of eating rude or inconsiderate behavior takes a toll. Some things that young adults do are devastating to their parents. I'm thinking of things like failing to visit or call, criticizing, cutting them off, or worse, withholding grandchildren. If your parent was a monster, say literally tortured you, I get it. I did know a woman whose mother was terrible. She made her kneel and hold out bags of rice on either side of her body for periods of time. That was torture. If your parent is severely mentally ill and delusional, then danger must be avoided. I'm not talking here about extreme cases. I'm talking about regular, imperfect parents. If your parent isn't in jail, isn't high on meth, and took reasonable care of you, they are who I'm talking about. I can assure you that most parents do the very best they know how to do. That's what you do if you're a parent too. We can't offer more than we know. We can't have the wisdom of grandparents when we are young. We just do our best. Some parents aren't even fully adults when they become parents. Will we hold against our parents the very thing we hope our children won't hold against us? Even if you think you're doing a great job parenting, I can assure you that you aren't doing a perfect job. Since kids' personalities are different, different things are good for each individual. No parent hits a home run every time, and sometimes we just fail. When kids get to be teens, they usually start to see parental weak spots. They can hit our Achilles heel, our weakest, most sensitive spot, with laser accuracy. The teen isn't evil, the parent isn't evil. It just happens, and that is when a parent needs to realize that it isn't personal, but is more about that child learning to have a distinct voice and their own ideas. Most of the time, it isn't serious, and kids grow up and mature. Parents grow too. I thank my children for the challenges of raising them because I've learned so much along the way. Without being challenged, we don't change and grow. I'm a big proponent of everyone seeking growth. Maturing, growing is hard, but it's also magnificent. That is one reason why family is so great. It offers us so much opportunity to become more. Okay, now I'm getting to the unspoken rules of getting along with your adult children. These are a bit tongue-in-cheek, so don't get bent out of shape if you're the kid. Parents will get it, and you will get it too one day if you don't already. Number 1, parents, you are wrong and your adult child is right. Please get that through your head. Number 2, acknowledge that you are quite frustrating and a bit stupid. 3, if you haven't made a lot of money to leave your children, get busy 'cause time's a-wastin'. 4, expecting common courtesy from your child like quick replies or consistent replies is a bit over the top. Get real. And if you text multiple questions, one may possibly be answered, but the rest will be ignored. 5, expecting replies that are as courteous as they would be to your child's colleague or friend is also over the top and off the edge. 6, you are lucky to ever talk to them. If you call, it better be important. 7, remember, you are privileged to do them a favor. 8, the things that are wrong with you are the only things worth mentioning. 9, if they tell you they need something, they mean now, so get on it. If you need something, call a friend. Your child is very busy. 10, after you are dead, you will be missed and your stellar qualities will be recalled. They say that many a truth is spoken in jest. These are meant to be funny, but they're not that funny. For many parents, there is too much truth in them. A person can see the humor in these rules, but also feel pain. We parents are sensitive to the words and behaviors of our children, and they can hurt us so deeply. It's all because we love them so much. Parents are bewildered. We wonder, did I teach this behavior? And then the question becomes, what is okay for me? In other words, how much will I put up with out of fear of losing relationship? I would suggest that a good standard is to put up with no less than we would from anyone else. We may have given birth or life to these people, but loving them doesn't mean that we have to be willing to be treated poorly. They are our kids, but they are also just other human beings on the earth. The biologic bond is strong, but how tightly do we want to be bonded to a rude, unkind, or selfish person? There is a limit, and it is our responsibility to choose it for ourselves. It's not up to the child, it's up to us. People make different choices, but let's make sure it's a choice and that we don't feel victimized. If we're willing to put up with more than some other parent or parents would, that's okay. if we are caring for our own needs in healthy ways, like talking to a friend who gets it and can laugh it out with you. Our power is ours, and our children should not be in charge of it. We are responsible for ourselves. This video acknowledges what many parents of adults are experiencing today. It always helps to know we're not alone. One woman said simply, "It's a different generation." Different generation or not, we all need to be caring of one another, especially in families. Parents have completed a tremendous job just to get a child fed, clothed, schooled, and raised in one piece. Gratitude is in order. Young adults, while your parents are alive, let them know how much you appreciate all they have done for you and what you love about them as individuals. You will never be sorry you did. Ask yourself, too, if you can start seeing your parent as an individual that goes beyond the parent role. Children and adults must make the shift between thinking parent-child to thinking adult that I'm grateful to and adult that is now autonomous. We can do it. Relationships can look 1,000 different ways, but the elements of kindness and consideration and the actions of love must be present to sustain them. If we will listen to one another and really care about the other, these qualities can be nurtured and grown over the years. Parents, if your child shows you little consideration and you must shift focus to others, then remember that you are not alone. Your self-respect matters, and that there are many people in this world who hunger for your love. God is with you always. You don't ever have to walk alone. Be well and treat each other with kid gloves. You are beautiful.